No one ever warned you that growing older doesn't mean life gets easier. It only means life gets quieter. But not every quiet moment is peace. Sometimes silence feels like being forgotten. Sometimes it's the stillness of days that all look the same. Sometimes it's the pause inside your chest when joy no longer comes knocking. You've lived long. You've built families, sacrificed for others, worked hard, endured storms, and adapted when life demanded it. But along the way, without noticing, we all make small, quiet choices, the kind that slowly drain life out of us without a sound, until one day it hits us. A lonely birthday, a doctor's visit that feels heavier than before, an afternoon when we wonder, is this really how it all ends? This message isn't here to scold you. It's here to awaken you. Because the mistakes that steal our later years don't arrive with sirens or alarms. They sneak in softly, disguised as habits, disguised as beliefs. And if we're not careful, they rob us of joy, freedom, and dignity. But today is different. Today, we shine a light on the 9 silent mistakes that can quietly destroy old age and how to break free, not with grand gestures, but with gentle awareness, courage, and honesty. Because aging itself is not the enemy. Aging is a gift. It means you've made it. You've survived what others didn't. But aging without intention, that's what dims the fire inside. So let's begin. Mistake 1, believing passion has an expiration date. The most dangerous lie we inherit is that passion belongs only to the young. That once we pass 60, 70, 80, desire, creativity, curiosity should be packed away like old photographs. But passion doesn't vanish. It starves. It fades only when we stop feeding it. Think of music you once loved, a hobby you abandoned, a dream you locked away. That spark is still waiting. A passion in later years is quieter, slower, maybe gentler, but no less powerful. I once knew a man who picked up the piano at 74. At first, his hand stumbled, his notes were wrong, but his heart lit up. For the first time, he told me, I play for no one but me. That is the gift of passion in old age, pure freedom without pressure. Mistake 2, relying on your children for emotional survival. There is a quiet heartbreak many elders carry. Waiting for a call, waiting for a visit, waiting to feel remembered. But when your entire emotional world hangs on your children, disappointment multiplies. They love you, yes, but they cannot be your only source of meaning. You are more than someone's parent. Build joy outside of waiting, friendship, hobbies, purpose, even solitude that feels full instead of empty. Because when you stop depending entirely on your children, you stop resenting them. You begin loving them from abundance, not from need. Mistake 3, neglecting the body as if it's too late. One of the saddest beliefs is thinking, why bother? I'm already old. But your body still listens. Every glass of water, every gentle walk, every stretch in the morning is a whisper to your soul. I still matter. This isn't vanity. This is dignity. When you care for your body, your spirit lifts. You remember you're still here, still capable of energy, clarity, and joy. It is never too late to return to yourself. Mistake 4. Guarding money but starving life. Saving is wise, but too often money becomes a fortress instead of a tool. We hoard it in fear and in the process starve our souls. But money never spent is just numbers. It doesn't hug you, doesn't feed your spirit, doesn't leave memories behind. Too many die with a full bank account and an empty heart. Money was never meant to be buried. It was meant to be used to bring comfort, connection, beauty, and even little joys like fresh flowers or a warm pastry. Don't become a prisoner of your savings. Let your hard work bless your life now. Mistake 5. Believing it's too late to start again. The whisper says, your chance has passed. But starting over is not about age. It's about courage. At 78, a widow once told me she signed up to volunteer because she woke up one morning and thought, I cannot keep living like this. That choice brought her back to life. Starting over doesn't erase your past. It honors it by refusing to stay stuck. As long as you're breathing, you're becoming. Mistake 6. Living on autopilot. Coffee, chair, routine, sleep, repeat. Safe, yes, but numbing. Life doesn't disappear through tragedy alone. It disappears through repetition. But novelty, no matter how small, wakes the spirit. A new recipe, a different walking route, a new book, one fresh conversation. Life returns in color when you dare to break the pattern. Mistake 7. Holding on to draining relationships. Loneliness makes us cling to people who don't bring us peace. But being around the wrong person can be lonelier than being alone. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It is sacred. You are allowed to say enough. You are allowed to choose peace over history. Not all relationships must end, but every relationship must respect who you are now. Mistake 8. Abandoning your spiritual life. The soul needs nourishment, prayer, reflection, nature, meditation, gratitude, whatever brings you closer to something greater than yourself. When you stop caring for your spirit, life feels flat. No matter how well your body or home is kept. But the soul never ages. It waits patiently for you to return. Not to punish you, but to remind you who you really are. Mistake 9. Believing discovery is over. Perhaps the quietest mistake is thinking, there's nothing new left for me. But discovery doesn't belong to youth. It belongs to attention. A new friend, a new sound, a new idea, even a new truth inside yourself. Life is not finished surprising you unless you decide it is. You've survived so much already, and here you are, still breathing, still capable of choosing what the rest of your life feels like. These mistakes are not a sentence. They are simply blindfolds, and blindfolds can be removed. Real change doesn't come in one grand leap. It comes in quiet steps. One act of courage, one spark of passion, one choice to say, I am still here. Your story is not over. Not yet. Not even close.